Hey, what's up, everyone? Just getting up for the morning. Saw something on a video. I was going to talk about. Now, before I get going, tomorrow's video. I got to drive somewhere today, and this is where I get a lot of my thinking from, where I get thoughts up for a video. I've already had a bunch of thoughts on this. It makes me mad. I got a lot of stuff to do today, and I need tomorrow. I need some time to make this video because I'm about to go off. The problem with me going off on this video tomorrow is that chances are the people that need to hear the video won't watch the video. I don't know how to title the video to make sure that those people, because they're gonna look at that and not watch the video. But we're gonna all need these people to watch this video. They won't do it. I need some really, really good suggestions on how these people need to watch this video. It's about bed fishing. And it's about all these things about bed fishing that all these things I get so tired of hearing about. And they're wrong. They don't realize they're wrong. They think they're really throwing out some good points, but they're wrong because they have no clue. They have no clue. They don't know anything. They just hear things. And they just make points so they can justify themselves and about how good they are for fishing. They have no clue though. All they're doing is giving out false statements because they sound good, and they think they're doing something. They think they're like virtue signaling or whatever it is. I don't know. All these big words now that we got to use to look, man. They're just wrong, and I can prove it. I can prove it in a way. Look, you know what I'm good at? I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I don't even have to do research on this stuff. It's pretty simple. I just use common sense facts. Common sense stuff that you're like, oh, you know what? Dang, Todd's got a point there. I don't have to read a book. That just makes a lot of sense. I'm good at that stuff. Sometimes you got to dumb it down. Okay? I'm going to dumb it down tomorrow. Maybe that's my video should be dumb it down. What is tomorrow? Dumb it down Wednesday? Anyways. All right, let's get back to today. So, video of today. They're having this tournament on Lanier. I don't know much about it. They're having this tournament where it's no forward-facing sonar, no practice. They're going to get a 4-hour ride around, from what I've heard, and no waypoints. I love this, and I'll give you a reason why. It has nothing to do with the graphs, to be honest with you. I care less about that. I'll talk about that for some other reasons, but I like this part for this reason. I think some of my series I've done, like Alabama Waters and Deep Waters and things like that, and stuff on my private channel. I've made 2 other series on my private channel. I think those are the best learning experiences on YouTube. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check them out. I think that really teaches you a lot about fishing. I think fishing over multiple days, because I know a lot of guys don't get to fish over multiple days. I think showing how fish can change over multiple days will help you in fishing. So 4 days of practice, 3 days in the tournament, 7 days on the water every day, and then getting to watch how you break down a lake and figure all that stuff out. I love those because I hope I show that there are no waypoints in making those videos. You don't see any waypoints. When I show you my map, it's like no waypoints. You can see how I went through in areas and then figured it all out to put together a game plan to fish in the tournament, and then that game plan sometimes fall apart and have to adjust on the fly, which helps you catch fish every day. So where you don't need waypoints, right? That practice is helpful at times and gives you an idea, but able to stay open. So I think that's the true essence of fishing, right? And let's get away from the forward-facing sonar, because that's different in my opinion. But I think that's how fishing was, and I think that's how fishing should be, in the sense of not everyone has that. So if you take that one little piece of equipment out of there, right? That's what you got with fishing. That's what it's been. Don't get mad. That's what it's always been. I'm not saying that's the future, but not everyone has that. Okay. So that's what I think. I think Lanier and what they're going to have the tournament there is pretty cool. I I don't know much about it, like I said. What I wanted to comment on was like having no waypoints. It's funny, and this is bad in this day and age when they come up with a great idea like this, and you can tell this is what's wrong with our sport. And I don't blame these people for making this comment. I understand them making the comment, and they have every right to make this comment I'm about to say, because our sport has led to this comment. I don't think about it because my mind sometimes doesn't go there, because I'm like, what would I do? I think about like, well, what would I do? Well, this is a no-brainer. What would I do? The forward-facing sonar. They go, well, what would you do? Do you have to take it off? I'm like, no, I don't turn it on. There's a couple things I could do. I could just leave it on a mapping. I could put it on no transmit that allows it not to do the sonar. I could go underneath and unplug the sonar, right, from my unit, and just unplug it. I wouldn't take the whole graph off. I wouldn't take the whole live scope thing off. Just wouldn't turn it on. It's not a big. I was like, man, why would I take my whole? You know how long that would take to take all that off and the workout? No, it's just unplug it, move on. That's my thought process. And I know their thought process is, well, yeah, but some guy could just do it on. Oh, you mean cheat? Yeah, I know. I forget. That's where our sport has come. Our sport is so worried about things that their first thought is, well, someone could just cheat. I know. I wonder why people think that. I get it. I forget. It's because that's what fishing has come to a lot of times. And it's not that putting them in a basket. It's just this other mentality of do anything to win a tournament. Right? No one trusts anyone anymore. I get it. I sort of do. Or maybe how about this? I'm so used to it. It doesn't even faze me anymore. It's so much of this stuff goes on that we just get immune to it. A lot of this stuff has been going on lately. And what's crazy is so many people, things can happen. Here's the crazy part. Things can happen, and you got other people knowing that they broke a rule, and they back them up, even when the rule's been broken. And people in the industry, in the fishing, high level names are still backing it up. It's crazy to me. So yeah, my point to all that was, it still amazes me that and then the waypoints, wipe all your waypoints clean. Someone's like, well, you can still have them on your phone. See what I'm talking about? They instantly, and what's surprisingly is there's probably a lot of good guys, like really good, honest people out there. And that's what they're thinking, because they're like, well, yeah, I'm going to be honest, but I know this other guy's not going to be. And he's going to do everything he can and put him on his phone to do all that stuff. That's where we're coming to. But I still like the tournament. I think it's great. I know I hear some like talking points about things about, you hear this thing about growing the industry. We got to stop saying that, because it's lost I don't even know what that means anymore, growing the industry. But I will say this, because the industry is going to grow regardless. It's going to get bigger and better. Well, is it better? I hope it's getting bigger and better, or does it need to? A lot of people don't want it to get bigger and better. I'm gonna throw something out there. It's gonna be a take. It's gonna be a take that a lot of people don't agree with, I guess. I suggested sometimes that we should do this anyways, and I heard this on this video that they should do it's like a throwback tournament, or like an all-star event, or do something where maybe some of these things shouldn't be allowed, right? Whether it be graphs, whether it be waypoints, whether it be no practice, whatever it might be, like one tournament a year. I'm all for it. Why not? And a lot of the guys up there in the upper levels are like, hey, we're trying to grow the sport. We're trying to do this. Well, what if we do this? Well, what? Listen, it does not matter. You can do whatever you want. You can do throwback tournaments. You can do all this stuff. Who cares? Do it. No one's stopping you. The only one stopping is you worried about what the perception might look like going forward. Newsflash. The elites and the BPT aren't growing the sport like they used to. That's a thing of the past. I hate to break it to y'all. Y'all might get mad at me for saying that. Whatever. I'm not saying you're not up there. You still might be number one. What I'm saying is it used to be everything. But now with everything else, it's not as big as it used to be. That's all I'm saying. Don't get mad. Okay? I'm gonna have to, man, some guys are ruffling their feathers right now. It used to be King Kong. I don't know where, but it's not King. It still might be King Kong a little bit, but it might be King Kong Jr. It's not as big of an influence as it used to be. Sorry. There's a thing called YouTube out there. There's a thing called social media. People understand how to make their own videos. Whether it be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all these different avenues. There are things that go on social media that are bigger than the elites or the BPT. The reason that is because people can now make a video and get so in depth and so tuned in and so whatever that, to be honest with you, that sometimes might sell more than what's going on over here. Okay? There's certain lakes that these tournaments have to go to. They have to be big. They have to have venues. They have to have all this stuff. There's a lot of people in a lot of the country that those lakes don't apply to them. And so if you're over here at this other little lake, you live on lake, I'm just going to pick a lake by me, like Cedar Creek. And some guys on Cedar Creek smashing on them, right? And makes a video. Everyone from that fishes Cedar Creek will watch that video compared to maybe something else. And they might learn from that video, right? And all across the country, that might be going on. So a guy using LiveScope on Cedar Creek and showing exactly how it works, all those people are going to watch that and not really pay attention as much to what's going on the pro level. So, and they can get mad at me saying that. You can get mad at the truth. I don't really care. Truth is still the truth. You can still get mad at it. A lot of people are apparently right now are getting mad. Some people are getting in trouble for speaking the truth in our industry. How about that? Right? So you can get mad at the truth, but it's still the truth. I'd rather you tell me the truth than lie to me. So I think that stuff's going on. So when you see this tournament going on, and they're like, oh man, it's taking a step back. Step back from what? It's an old school event. It's pretty cool. I think people are excited about it. I'll end this video this way. And this should be its whole nother video, and I'll speak on this one day. Because I wanted to speak on this for a while. I've never seen a sport where the pros, the highest level guys, this has always bothered me. I want you all to think about this. You want to be labeled a professional. You want to be known as the top tier guy. You want to be known as all this stuff. Why is there an information rule? There shouldn't be an information rule in professional fishing. Why should professionals need information? They're better than everyone else. Why should professionals have to call someone on that lake and get information for that lake on how to catch fish? On where and how. The professionals, they should know where to catch them and how to catch them. So why is information a thing? Why is getting info a thing? These guys should be the best. They shouldn't even stoop down to our level, our little mediocre regional, little lake level. We're just little guys that don't, we're watching them and having to learn everything from them. They shouldn't ask us about fishing. They're better than us. Why is that a thing? Why should professionals, the information rule shouldn't even be there. I just can't believe professionals would ask just regular guys. Like we're in another sport. I wonder if like Mike Trout in baseball is like going around asking freaking the guy that plays local softball how to swing the bat. It just amazes me that we put some of these guys on pedestals, and some of them are phenomenal fishermen. But it's just funny that they go around getting information from people when you're supposed to be up here at the best. That rule, and it's always been a thing. I've always thought something's messed up with that. That shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't have to be a thing. But yet, that's their whole MO, is going around gathering up all this information from people trying to fish an event. When I thought it was just about, like, so good, just go out there and catch them without all that info. Why do I like this Lake Lanier event? I've never minded. I've always wanted to see like tournaments go more that direction. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's interesting. At least have a tournament like that. You don't have to have all of them like that. Have a throwback tournament. Have one where you get no practice and you just throw them out there and see what they can do. I can tell you what. I can tell you, I think some of them are scared of the outcome. I've said this from day. I think they're scared of the outcome, and I think they're scared that it actually might be perceived pretty well. What if it is perceived really well and everyone likes it? Then everything they've built up all these years, for nothing. And they're scared of that. And I get it. I mean, eventually, I think something will have to change somewhere along the way. They're going to lose. I think they will. I think eventually they could lose what they grew for so long. There's still something to be said about catching a fish a certain way, right? And what I mean by that is, like, in the morning time, you wake up, you're with, your son, you're with your dad, your grandfather, whatever it might be, your daughter, your mom, and you're out there, it's early, it's nice, the sun's rising, and you catch one on a topwater, right? I mean, there's something to be said for all that. I fished a tournament with my buddy Blake the other day, a couple of days ago, and I said, man, I don't even care if we weigh these fish in, because I fished so many big tournaments. It was a smaller tournament, and man, I just showed up to a lake that I'd seen one time in my lifetime. I was just having so much fun to just go fishing, right? No pressure of a big tournament, none of that, and just go catch them. We still wanted to do good in the tournament, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like that, but it was just different. Team tournaments sometimes are fun. And I mean, I had a blast fishing that day, just fishing that day with a buddy. That's still fishing. That's still the essence of fishing, no matter what anyone else says. And I'm a tournament guy, and I still say, like, that's still what draws me to fishing, right? I like the learning stuff. I like all that stuff. But man, sometimes I just want to go catch them and have fun. That's my little dissertation today. So stay tuned for tomorrow, guys. I'm getting into it tomorrow. I'm getting into it. I mean, I'm going to have a freaking rant, a Todd Castledine epic rant. I'm telling y'all. That goes on tomorrow. But for now,